Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I wanted to do my Halloween Drawlloween sketchbook tour for the month of October 2022. And I've done this challenge before. I will link the one from 2021. So the supplies I used for this one was Daniel Smith's Indigo. It's a black and blue mixture that makes it more light fast. I used a Sakura jelly roll, size 10, for some white details to save on time because some of these were very timely. I pre-sketched some of these just to make sure the composition on the page looked okay. This is Indigo from Faber-Castell's Polychromos. And I used 3 brushes. So to draw all the illustrations, I did a 4 round, and I think this is a 3/0. And then for backgrounds, I did this one. It says it's a 24 angular. So this is what I used for backgrounds. And for the front cover, I used Holbein's Gouache Permanent White to go over the watercolor. And this is an A4 etcher sketchbook that I completely covered in indigo paint because I just love that paint. All right, so let's get started. And I'm going to be reading out the Drawlloween prompts so you know the method behind this madness. So this one was Spooky Self-Portrait, and this is from a photograph where I am not recognizable, so I felt perfectly comfortable translating that into an illustration. This book is 26 one-sided pages, so every 4 pages I did a double spread, and that got me to 31. The second prompt was Glampire, so I watercolored a bat with a tiara and a pearl necklace, and you can see the background where I used the big brush. The third one was Dragon Wagon, so I watercolored a bearded dragon as a child's pull toy. They're really popular pull toys with toddlers. They're learning to walk. This prompt was Space Case. So I watercolored E.T. with a propeller beanie. This is a movie I saw in the theater when I was a child, and it made me cry. I was very young. Okay, here's a double spread. So this one was for Witch Wednesday. I did a raven and a tiger. So one is the witch and one is the familiar. So which is which? I have a whole thing. This was Botanical Beasts. And I have a whole video about working on this and my method behind this madness. But this is a pawpaw, and this is an animal that is no longer around. It's a Kenyan native. I did a piece from African folklore. So if you were interested in that video, I will link that, because I did a lot of research for that one. Yokai Day. Yokai is like a Japanese spirit. So I did a cat that's passed on, and it's in a kimono. This is Pun Dead, and there were tons of different puns you can choose. So I chose Scare Bear. I am an 80s child, so Care Bears were my jam when I was a child. And so their tummy sign is just claws. And these are the stars that followed around the Care Bears. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. This is Scare Wolf. This is something that probably took me 3 hours, and it's just a lot of little ticking marks for the fur. And I just listen to movies and audiobooks when I do things like that. This one is Lagoon Creature Feature. So I did the creature from the Black Lagoon, that 1950s movie. This is sort of what the mask looked like. And again, you can see I'm still doing the backgrounds, but I really started to run out of watercolor, and I dropped that fairly quickly. This is Colt Costume. This is Jason Voorhees, the character from Friday the 13th. Here he is in his hockey mask, making poor choices. It's the only way I can explain that. Game of Bones. I decided to watercolor a hippo skull. I really, really enjoy watercoloring skulls, it turns out. This one was for the prompt 13. I have a video while I'm doing this one, a paint with me. And when I was 13 years old, I went to the theater and I watched the first Hocus Pocus film. And this watercolor took me 3.5 hours. So in case you're wondering what something like this takes me, that's it. This one was probably one of the quicker ones. This was Ghoul Scout. So I watercolored a package of Ghoul Scout cookies in devil's food, like the cake. This one was Batter Day, and I'd already done a bat for Glampire. So this one is a bat bug. This is a blood-sucking parasite. It's in the family of like bed bugs and those types. I really enjoy entomology and insects. So yeah. This one was for Build a Beast. And this is an octopus with horns from an ibex, which is an animal in Africa. The ibex horns. And this was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoy putting an octopus in a lot of my work from one of my publications. If you suffer from arachnophobia, the next one might bother you, and I'm really sorry. So this one goes by a lot of names. The prompt was a lot of legs, and this is a tailless whip scorpion. Sometimes it's called a whip spider. This is an arthropod, and apparently it makes a really good pet. So there's that. It won't hurt you. Okay, just to mitigate expectation. This one is for Harry Scary. I did a jackalope, which is a rabbit with horns, and I gave it little fangs, and it was fun just to do something kind of cute and scary next to something that is scary. The prompt for this one is Plumpkin, and a lot of zoos around October give hippos pumpkins to munch on, so I thought I would do a watercolor of that, and this was a lot of fun. Hippos are lovely. If you are scared of snakes, the next one might bother you, and I'm sorry. So this one was mostly ghostly, and there is a ball python called a ghost ball python, and this is roughly what they look like. I mean, they're not an indigo, obviously, but this is their patterning and stuff, and I really enjoy drawing and creating snakes. I think they're so beautiful. The next prompt was Franken Friday. So I did a Dachshund, kind of a Frankenweenie. So you can see where it has like the stitches and stuff. But this is my little doggy, because I already did a cat. And this one is Double Trouble. So every once in a while, a turtle is born with two heads. And I decided to watercolor one, and this is what it looks like. So, yep, anomalies in nature. Okay, the next one is Goth Moth, and this is a hummingbird moth, and it's actually just a moth, but it gets nectar from the really long tongue like a hummingbird. So this is kind of, this is what it looks like. It's a really unusual looking moth. It does have 6 legs and everything. This one was Candlelight Fright. And I decided not to watercolor an animal. I wanted to stick with kind of the animal theme and not incorporate too much other stuff. So I didn't watercolor a candle. And this is an anglerfish, and they have this glowing bacteria that lives off their lure that helps them catch stuff and eat stuff. So he is the candlelight in the very deep sea. Again, it's a little bit of a stretch, but come with me on that. Oh, okay. Fang Club. This is a musk deer, and they have really, really cool long fangs. And again, the ticked fur is a lot of fun to do when you're listening to stuff. This was Treaple, and instead of doing a person, I wanted to keep with animals. So this is a patoo, and they camouflage into pieces of wood. A frogmouth is another version of a patoo that does the same thing. They're just a really cool looking bird that just hides in sticks and branches and things that are really big and thick and chunky. This is Retroween. Let me show you kind of what I was thinking when I did this one. There was a photograph that's really old, and it's of this kind of mouse. Somebody dressed as a mouse next to a girl, and it's a really old photo. And so I decided to revisit that mouse for a mask, and it's wearing a scarf. So this is it for Retroween. Ocean Oddities. This is a dragonfish, and it's another deep sea creature that lives very, very, very far down in the depths. It's a very cool looking creature if you're into deep sea things. This one was Hello Kitty. So I did a jaguar, and it has the Hello Kitty bow, and he's not happy about it. So, yep, that's that one. Scary Tale ending for day 30. I decided to do, this is one of those, it's like a yellow-tailed scorpion, and this is my idea of a scary tail. It's a yellow fat-tail scorpion. So this is what he looks like. And then there was no prompt for day 30, so I just decided to do a humans, or for 31. So this is my human skull. And I really like watercoloring skulls. So this is my sketchbook tour. These are all the supplies I used to create everything. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.